Hey guys, Andrew Barry here with Granite Supplements. We're at MI40 Gym. We're here to train legs. I'm with my top client, one of my best friends, Nathan Spear. I got real tight glutes and hips, so my warm-up is really primarily in place to try to loosen those up a little bit so that it doesn't pull on my knees, doesn't pull on my quads, and then pull my training out of alignment. There's like a spot right here, if I can find, yeah, right there. It's real uncomfortable, and I know when I hit that spot, that's where I gotta stay for a second. I move on to the 90-90 stretch, open my hips up a little bit. I do some hip thrusts, just some regular glute bridges. And again, all this is done so my hips operate more efficiently. Now I'm gonna mix my pre-workout stuff. I'm gonna start off with Recovery. This is probably my favorite supplement. And then, since we're training legs today, I'm gonna add a few extra carbohydrates in. I either go with our cluster dextrin or I just use the IntraCarb. I have a bunch of the IntraCarb hanging around. And then I mix in 10 grams of Creatine Monohydrate, one of our commodity supplements. So that'd be 2 scoops. If you're above 220, 230, I recommend doing 2 scoops. If you're below that, I would probably stick to just 1 scoop of the creatine. Just gotta add some water and we'll get started on training legs. All right guys, so we're starting off with the leg extensions. This has been our bread and butter for probably the last 20 something weeks. We start every quad moving off with this. We treat it as the same way as you treat any other exercise, you know? I think a lot of people think sometimes it's just a finisher or it's just a pre-exhaust type movement. But you're gonna see, we're gonna do like some pretty hard sets on this thing. So right now we're gonna do our main set. We're gonna do a cluster set. We went up a little bit heavier than our last set of 20. That was probably the limit of what I could have gotten for 20. Nate probably feels the same way. Now we went a little heavier. The goal is we're gonna try to do 3 sets of 10 with like 10, 15 second breaks in between. And I don't judge it as like a failure if I can't get that 3rd set of 10, as long as I'm going 100%. So, you might see like you get 10, feels like, you got 3-4 reps left in the tank. You do your second round of 10, maybe you hit failure. And then by your 3rd round of 10, 15 seconds later, you're just kind of redlining it. Your partner might be helping you get some reps out of it. It's really just kind of going over the edge and taking yourself to the red limit, basically. Yeah, so that sucked. There you have it, that's our first exercise. 4 sets of 20, working the volume up. And then we just did 1 really hard set, cluster set, shooting for 3 sets of 10 there. Pretty much, like I said, first round, you feel like you got 2, 3, 4 reps in the tank. Second round, you feel like you're basically hitting failure. Then that 3rd one, you're just kind of like, any way possible. If I need a little help to get these reps up, I'll take it. Just bringing yourself to the wall. We're set up on the Watson hack squat. It's definitely one of my favorite hack squats. One of the main reasons being, you can adjust the angle by using that lever right there. You can make it go up, you can make it go down. You can even do it intra-set. So you might want to start with an angle like this, where it's really hard, and as the set progresses, you can bring that angle back, decreasing the amount of force potential on your quads, making it a little bit easier for you to complete the rep. Here we'll probably do like 3 or 4 warm-up sets, somewhere in like the 4 to 8 rep range. We don't like to waste a lot of energy on these. Then we'll probably do 2 decent working sets, somewhere in that 10 to 12, maybe a few more reps.
Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Drive hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, come on. Good. Come on. Up. Good. Come on. I got you. Up.
Stuck with the same weight. I put my feet lower, did the old frog stance, heels touching. I'm trying to take my adductor out of it, so I wanted to put it all right here on my teardrops, and it was definitely harder, fatigued, quicker, still challenging just the same. But anyway, we're moving on to the 3rd exercise. Good old-fashioned Cybex Leg Press. Probably start with 3 plates aside, 8 to 12 reps. Keep adding a plate as we go till we get to a decently heavy set, and then we'll figure out something fun to do after that.
Come on. Nice. Come on. Nice. Come on. Yep.
That 90-90 degree stretch that I started off with, the foam rolling I did when I was warming up, all that is done for me to be able to get a little bit more hip mobility. Because let's be honest, me and Nate are online coaches. We sit our butts in chairs, on couches, literally all day. It's sad, but we have to like tell ourselves, okay, I just ate a meal, I gotta go outside and I gotta walk the dog for 5 minutes, or I gotta go move around to get that kind of motion. From there, we finished up with just walking lunges, 3 sets of walking lunges to finish the day. On the walking lunges, what we do is we purposely try to drive our knee over our toe to make sure we're getting as much quadricep activation as possible. So yeah, that's our quad day. We came in, we started out with leg extension. We do 4 or 5 sets of 20 reps, and then we do 1 all-out cluster set, shooting for about 30 reps total. That one's brutal and killer, and it really sets the tone. From there, we moved on to the Watson hack squat. We did 2 sets, somewhere I would say 10 to 15 rep range. What I like to do on that is typically I'll do a few more reps in my first set, and then I like to make the exercise a little bit harder within the same weight for the second set, whether it's slowing the reps down, putting my feet a little bit lower, pigeon toeing my feet a little bit, doing something a little different that's going to target maybe my teardrop or something else. From there, we moved on to the Cybex Leg Press, where we did 2 hard sets of 10 to 12 reps. We didn't go very heavy on this today. As you'll see in the video, we discuss the range of motion. That's the biggest thing we're looking for in that exercise. I remember years back where I used to be able to do double the weight I'm doing now. If I look back at the form on those reps, it probably wasn't nearly as clean as it is today. We're trying to get our calves to our hamstrings, and that's what we did. From there, we finished up with 3 sets of walking lunges to finish the day. On the walking lunges, what we do is we purposely try to drive our knee over our toe to make sure we're getting as much quadricep activation as possible. So yeah, that's our quad day.